I arrived, I was like, oh my gosh, I'm gonna fail because I don't know. It's like, it's really nerve-wracking because I don't know if you might feel this way, if you felt this way, but I felt this way because, after 7 weeks, I felt like that if I did something wrong, all that work would just go to waste. So I was sweating a lot, and I was like really hot. And when Alex's team finished, I was like, oh my God, we're up next. And I was just really nervous, and I felt like I was gonna say something wrong. But when we ended, I felt so relieved. And then when we left, I felt like really relieved because we were almost done with the exhibition, so I could stop being all nervous.
Did any of you have a hard time falling asleep last night?
Yes. I did.
Yes.
I was so tired. I did because I was tired. I wasn't even done. I didn't. He wasn't done. Well, first, I felt bad for Joseph. What? Because he was trying to look for me, and I was already in the classroom, so he was really exhausted. And I was really nervous for performing. But after, I was really happy because everybody was like hugging me, so I did a good job.
Well, I was presenting to a lot of parents that some of them I knew, like Nadine's mom and dad. So I was really nervous, plus my dad was in the room. So because he works in a lab in a hospital, so I was kind of worried that I would say something that wasn't really true, but then I did pretty good.
Okay.
I don't actually think I was that nervous because I've practiced it so many times, and it's kind of like that the words I'm going to say are just like imprinted in my brain.
They're automatic, huh? It just comes spinning out. Did you happen to have the impression that you hear yourself talking? Like the words are coming out like someone else, it's like a record being played or a DVD. Did you have that kind of feeling?
Not really.
Sometimes it can feel like you're thinking about something else, but you're so practiced the words come spinning out by themselves. Chris?
I Sam was really nervous at once actually Kern was finished, I was just like, oh, I'm gonna screw up so bad. Oh. And like before the thing even started, once we were actually heading over there, I just had this horrible thought in my mind, like, oh, I'm gonna throw up all over the audience.
Did you?
No.
Okay.
You almost could.
You could.
But anyway, yeah. Once we were finished with that, and once I got home, I was like,
Oh God,
oh, I'm just ready to go.
And I got up and there were so many people and I was like, oh God. And then everybody like stopped talking 5 minutes before our presentation started. So we were like, oh, what do we do? And then James started dancing and we were like, what the heck are you doing? And then Miss Glick kind of did an introduction and whatever, and then we started and I was like, okay, it's not that bad. But I felt like my face was bright red and it was like setting on fire. It was so hot in here. I don't know. I felt
it was?
I was like breaking out sweating. And then after I was just like, okay, it's over. I mean, it's not over yet, but it's over. And then I kind of felt like I wanted to do it again. Like, I want to do it more. I don't want it to be over.
I know, that was the feeling I had.
That's a good feeling. Ashley?
Mine was last, so I went to see all of our presentations, and then once I headed over to the other room, I looked inside because I didn't go in there yet, and I'm all like, oh my God, there's so many people in here. It is so hot, and then I heard someone say they're gonna turn the fan off, and I'm all like, no, don't turn the fan off. It's too hot in here. And then I was like waving my flashcards fan because it was so hot. And then Carol Reed came in the room, and then I just started freaking out, and then
I told you about Catherine.
And then Jason's just all like, "Oh wait, Catherine is sitting next to Miss Welsh," and I'm like, "Wait, what?" And like, oh, even though I only presented for 24 seconds, like, still, 24 seconds. My mom took a video. So it's like,
Isabel,
it was so nervous.
tell me the moth story.
Oh, okay. Oh, I can do that.
Okay.
I can do that.
So, I sit down, and then this moth was just flying around. And all the boys like current underneath, and we're just like, I'm just like, leave it alone, and then it flies past me, I'm just like, and I just catch it, and they're just like, did you just catch it? I'm just like, yeah. And they're just like telling me this because I'm just like, no. So I go outside to let it go, and it's already dead.
Oh my god.
Dead moth in my hand.
Oh my word.
You suffocated. So gross. I'm just like, ah!
So someone told me you had your note cards in one hand and the moth in the other hand. Is that
I was like, Jason, do you see me go like this?
Yeah, I was.
Just like,
okay.
I hit it. Bam, bam.
Bailey, how about you?
I was really nervous before I even came to school. Like, I was really scared about presenting.
Tell me about it.
I arrived at school and everyone started presenting, and I'm like, every second is getting closer to my presentation. I don't want to present in front of all these people.
Like the day of doom.
And then I went up to present, and it was like 100 degrees in there. And my face was like soaking wet. And I don't know if I did, but I felt my face like go bright red as I started presenting.
It didn't really, but
And then I ended, and I felt relieved that I was like finally like done. Like, not all of the eyes were on me anymore, because I don't like all the attention being on me, because it's like over
pressure.
Yeah.
Well, in that sort of situation,
I like how did people react to the guinea worm?
Oh, yeah, what happened?
They're like everyone's reaction in the one on Wednesday.
Same thing, yeah.
Yeah.
well, except
Okay,
not
Chris.
as many questions. I was really nervous, especially like when it was like the 5 minutes, because like when you hit the gong, you're like 5 more minutes, everyone just went dead silent, and we're just kind of just sitting there like, okay. And then Jade's like, should we start? And I was like, no, because we have to wait for Mrs. Reggie to hit the gong. And we're just sitting there for 5 minutes waiting, and then he hit the gong again, and then Kai just walks up, and then you just start, and it was
And he
like
messed up so little.
yeah, it was so random, because like it wasn't really expecting it to be so long until we hit it. And when it was to my part, I was not as nervous as I was presenting to other classmates and everything. But I felt like I didn't do the best job. And then when I was finished, I felt relieved, and then when I did the conclusion, I felt even more relieved, because I was like finally finished. And then I was even more finished when I answered the questions. And then I also felt really well, because everyone said I did a good job and everything.
No, I heard that for all groups, the questions you answered were terrific. That's one common thing I heard from. Well, parents were thrilled about seeing it. Joseph. And then Mia. No, sorry, Joseph and Isabel and Mia.
I had 2 options in my head during the 5 minutes: jump out the window or kill myself. The kill myself was not available because I didn't have a pencil or even a straw. And then
Straw.
out. Yeah, and then no, you can take a straw. Whoa! You took a straw? Jiu-jitsu. Okay. I blame Sensei. And I literally walked over to the window to see if it was open, and there was a screen there, so I'm like, so I'm gonna have to face this torture. And then at the last moment, my note cards failed me. I was trying to get it to the conclusion. I'm just like, ow, whatever. Toss them over my back.
Because you know it's over.
And he did rip them in half. Yeah, and at the end I'm just like betrayed. Yeah.
But Joseph, you knew it by then. You were so well practiced.
Yeah.
Isabel.
Okay. Kind of referring what Ashley said. So I'm walking up the little
Rail.
Yeah, the rail.
Mr. Ranger.
Yeah. And all the people are outside, and I walk in, and there's like no people. And then Ethan's just like, you don't need to worry. There's not even a lot of people. And then he's sitting in front, and then I'm just like waiting, and everybody's dead silent. And then like Ella and Lily were just like, come on, this will need a little bit of entertainment. I'm just like, no. and then all the people came in, and I'm just like, oh.
It was
no.
every single person.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then Ethan's just like, okay, now you can freak out. And I'm just like, oh my god. And I'm just like thinking in my head, do not screw up. If you screw up, I'm just like, oh my god. Unless it started getting so hot. I'm just like, I was literally shaking, and then I felt like the butterflies in my stomach. I'm just like, yeah.